I started doing this 30-day manifestation challenge that I saw on social media. I know. And so every day in the morning, I've been doing my little routine, which is my morning routine, which is I meditate. So I wake up immediately. I do this morning meditation where like I allow love, unconditional love into my body and to this day. I also do this affirmation where once I wake up, I say I feel so grateful to be in this fifth dimension. I'm so lucky to be living in the fifth dimension. And then I kind of like say things that I'm grateful for, like in that moment, like I'm grateful for my bed, and I'm grateful to have my morning cup of coffee, or I'm grateful for this house that keeps me safe. I get ready for work, and then when I finally sit down here on my desk, what I do is I do some scripting, which means I get in my journal and I start writing down the way my day went, as if I was living in the self that I want to be in. And then after that, what I do is I read my affirmations for like 5 minutes. I'll like read all of the affirmations that I have, and I am worthy of love. I am worthy of the love I desire. I am always surrounded by love everywhere I go. My manifestations are showing up at lightning speed. My camera turned off because it ran out of space, so I had to delete some TikToks. Yeah, so I've been doing that for like about 2 weeks, I would say. Like, what I decided to do is to recreate myself and to mess around with my limiting beliefs and the way that I talk to myself in my head, because I noticed that the way that I talk to myself in my head is very negative. At least it was back then, negative. Like, I would say such terrible things to myself, and I would start to create these like negative thought patterns. I don't know if you guys have seen the 7-Year Itch, but it's exactly like that. Like, I'm just like that guy. At the time, I would just like, no, but like, what if this is happening? Or what if like this person is cheating on me, and like, and what if he's like doing this and that? Or what if I'm not enough? And like bullshit like that wasn't helping me or him or anybody. Like, it was just ruining my reality. And so I decided that I wanted to change the way that I was, because I don't want to be that toxic person anymore, to myself and to others. So I decided to do this manifestation challenge. And so I've been doing so much self-love worth. Like, yeah, every day I meditate, and then I take care of my physical health, and I do my best to like eat whole foods and to drink a lot of water every day. I still do my dances. So with dancing and yoga, I tap into my body so that like I'm releasing like any emotions that are stuck in like my womb. And I also release anger, because I have been doing a great job with releasing anger in a socially acceptable way, because I know I had a hard time with that. Self-concept work has been very well. It means that I'm writing positive things to say to myself when I have a negative thought pattern. Instead of saying the negative thought pattern, I will stop it and then either say something nice or just say nothing, or write it down on my journal of like what's going on. And if it's really bothering me, if it's starting to turn into something that like emotional regulation needed, then I will do so. And in that case, I will do breathing exercises that I learned from my therapist. You know? Like my mind has calmed down, and I feel like I can process my emotions a lot easier, and I'm not like super crazy and like, you know. So yeah, this is kind of like my process of how I've been dealing with my toxic patterns, because I am really tired of being like the stereotypical jealous Latina toxic girlfriend, you know. Like, it's so bad. Like, I don't like that about me. We're done. Like, we're done reacting that way. So that's why I decided to take up this challenge, because I didn't want to be that girl anymore. I am not that girl anymore. The whole idea with self-concept is also that, like, I'm behaving in the way that the girl that I see in my head that I want to be. So that what that looks like is actually like taking care of myself, like how the way that I look. I noticed that in the last couple of weeks, last month, I was in a depressive state for like 5 weeks, and I wasn't taking care of myself. Like, I wasn't getting dressed up when I would go out with that person at the time. I would just wear like workout clothes, and like I didn't even comb my hair or do my makeup nicely, or like even put on jewelry, and which is why I decided to wear this and like do my makeup and actually comb my hair today. And I also realized that I haven't been prioritizing myself at all. I was so obsessed with being this person's ideal woman that, you know, at the end of the day, I lost myself and what I enjoyed, what I loved. And in the end, I also realized that it wasn't love anymore. It was just like attachment. It was like attachment because I was stifling that person's freedom. At least I wanted to. I know I wasn't. I wanted to. I was getting very jealous, over possessive, and you know, I had to realize that he wasn't mine and I wasn't his, so it didn't really matter if he did talk to them or not. Yeah, so I don't want to do that ever again. Like, I don't want to mix up attachment with love. That's really scary. So this is kind of like a video, like trying to capture this moment where I'm kind of done with it. Like, I'm done behaving that way. I'm done thinking like so poorly of myself and like poorly of others, especially the people that I love. It's just, I'm really done. Like, I'm so done. I think that these trips that I'm planning for this upcoming months are gonna be like really good for me, because it's gonna mean that I'm gonna get to explore that part of myself that really enjoys traveling and enjoys trying new things and like exploring new places, because I haven't done that in so long, because I just been like stuck. You know, after COVID, I had to come home to LA, and I haven't really traveled because of it. Like, every day is something new with me too. Like, this healing journey has been like crazy, because Mercury retrograde really messed me up. I have like a stable income and like an abundance of things and experiences. Is like everybody is gone, but you know, I'm still okay. Like, back then, it's crazy, because last weekend, I mostly stayed home. Like, I saw like one friend that day, and she's a really good friend, because me and her, like, we get along so well on the topics of like metaphysics and spirituality and psychedelics. So that was cool. And like, that was the only time I went out, but I didn't feel lonely, you know. Like, I feel lonely a lot of the times in the past. I would feel lonely in the past on the weekends because I wouldn't see him, and now I don't talk to anybody on the weekends. Sometimes I don't even go out, but this weekend was so different, and I think I have to say it was because of my friends. Me and my friend Gabby have been doing this thing for this month. It's like a challenge to keep each other accountable for exercising. And so every day I have to do something to move my body, and I have to check up on her to make sure she's also taking care of herself that way too. So on the weekend I was also exercising, like I was doing my cardio. And doing my cardio is really good for my emotional well-being. So I think that's why I didn't feel lonely. I think it was on Friday or Saturday, I just like randomly decided that I wanted to meditate back to back, like do back to back meditation sessions. Something inside me was like, yeah, you need to do that. Like, so I did. And that's when I learned about detachment, and I learned about letting go of something that you love. And I think that's why it's not really hitting me so hard that all these people are leaving from my life. Just like shedding like the old girl that I used to be, and like just shedding my old skin and then like turning into this new person, the person that I've been scripting about, the person that I've been affirming myself each and every day. Like, that's who I'm becoming. That's why it hurts so much. Like, when you change into this new person that you script about, your life is gonna like go upside down. Like, you're gonna experience tower moments. So that's what this is, a tower moment. When I started my first day of manifestations, I knew that there was gonna be a lot of change. Like, at that moment, like, you know, like when you first start something new, like you get that motivation, you're like, yeah, I can do it, like fuck all these obstacles, I'm gonna get through it. Like, if anything comes up in the road, like between me and like my goal, fuck it, like we're gonna get rid of it. But after a while, that motivation kind of just like drifts off, and you're left with consistency and like habit. But like now it's been like what, two weeks, and like I already went through so much shit. Like, it's just like, yeah, it's heartbreaking, but I just gotta accept that these obstacles have to go. The things that were no longer serving me have to go, because I need to make space for those new things that I'm manifesting. It's like when you're trying to bring in the groceries, like you'll get the groceries from your car and you'll have like 4 bags in your hand, but the door is not open and you need to grab the keys from your pocket. So how are you gonna grab those keys and get into this new door? And how are you gonna get into the door? Sorry, somebody keeps texting me. How are you gonna get into this door, but you're carrying all these bags? Like, you have to let go of some bags in order to open this new door and to get into your house. I mean, you could set the bags down, like unlock the door, you know, put your key in, and then grab the bags. Like, in this metaphor, I'm just talking about like things that you're holding on to, but you know, the bags can also represent emotional baggage. Like, I can't open a new door if I have all this emotional baggage. And so that metaphor is now what I want to talk about in manifesting, is that I learned in the really hard way that if I want to manifest like an ideal partner, if I want to manifest like $1,000 or a new car, my dream house, I need to let go of limiting beliefs and negative thought patterns and things that are just like holding me back. I need to like get rid of those things and let it go. Like, they're not helping me. Like, I can't open any doors if I still have all that baggage. If you were to see your ideal partner on the street, maybe you want to go get coffee one day and you saw them at the coffee shop and they met all of your like list of ideal traits and the way that they looked, you saw them, but you were this self in the present moment where you have not done any shadow work, any releasing limiting beliefs, any self-concept worth, then that person that you see in the coffee shop, you wouldn't know how to approach them. And if you did, you might scare them away with your like, maybe you won't, like maybe you'll like actually get to know them for like a couple days and then they'll like won't like you because you're kind of like not aligning with their energy. Like, you're not in their level, you're not in that space of like self-love and self-worth that you need to be in order to accept that kind of love that they're offering.